Hi everyone, I'm doing another 25 minutes video chess on ICC. This time I'm playing in the morning, so I have a bit more energy, and I'm playing Coleman, rated 1656 from the UK, as am I. He's going to play a Ruy Lopez, and I'm just going to follow my line here. We're going to have a close to Ruy Lopez probably, unless he takes. But usually white will castle here and then play the rook to e1, which is probably what he's going to do. He can also play c3, that kind of thing. He probably has to defend the e4 pawn as well at some point, so d3 maybe. When they play d3 here, I think I have to play d6 myself straight away. I think that's the move that is in my repertoire, so I'm going to do that. Bishop e7. Yeah, let's go bishop e7 first. If he wants to take, it's probably okay still. And now b5 is not as attractive as it was one move ago. Well, actually, if he goes back to c2, my knight is already in c6. But usually that knight should unblock the c5 pawn, the c7 to c5 push. Slightly funny move order. Maybe I just castle and then... yeah. I'm just gonna castle for now. See what happens. Rook e1, bishop f8, and d5. I was hoping to go into a closed Sicilian with b5, knight a5, c5, but I'm not too sure about this now. I suppose I could still do it, just play knight a5 next. He's gonna bring the bishop out to g5. I had a similar position in a tournament game, and I think h6 is a good move here to see, is he actually planning to take or is he bluffing? So I'm gonna do that. So he's bluffing, okay. Well, black doesn't mind having h6 here, so he's just really wasted a tempo, hasn't he? I think black is doing really well now. The only question is how to proceed. f5, play for f5. Try and trade the light square bishops. Maybe I'll play for c5 first. I'm quite familiar with that pawn structure, and it should be good for me since I'm kind of ahead in development. Maybe I should play for d5 in that case. To play for d5, maybe I should play bishop e6. Maybe bishop e6, b5, d5. My pawn on c7 is not ideal. Maybe I should play knight to a5, c5. So I'm a bit confused about the plan to take, because it's just slightly different than my usual positions in the Ruy Lopez, but let's see. I think rook to e8, bishop f8, d5, that can't be wrong, can it? So I'm gonna do that. Ooh, but if I play rook to e8, that bishop is mighty useful again, pinning my knight. Maybe I should play b5, bishop b7. I like those positions. I think I'm gonna do that. Let's do that. Bishop b7 now. I mean, he's a bit cramped, isn't he? So I think black is fine here. Okay, so now that knight is blocking the queen, I think I can play d5 straight away. And his king is still not castled. Should I try for d5? I think I should. Let's just do it. Maybe d4. Yeah, all those tempos he wasted with the bishop on g5 and the bishop going back. I think those are the kind of things that are costing black now, white now, sorry. So he will take with a knight, right? Because then I can maybe use the f4 square. Is there a problem with that? I mean, he does get the e4 square for his knight. If I do that, maybe take with a queen. If he gets the e4 square, maybe I can just play f5, and then that knight has to be pushed back. I'm gonna take with a knight. I mean, I know that creates a lot of light square weaknesses, but I mean, I can play knight to f4 now. I'm gonna go for it. This knight on c6 is a bit annoying now. My pawn on e5 might become weak. Maybe bishop e to d6. I mean, I don't care if he trades for that bishop, to be honest. And then maybe I can bring the other knight to e7, g6, and then have two knights attacking that f4 square. That might be a possibility. I think I'm gonna do that. I know you can play knight to e4, but I'm not really... I don't think I should be that concerned about him taking that bishop, so I'm going to play knight e7 next. Just opening up my bishop. Maybe knight f4 was stronger, but maybe not, so I'm just going to play like this. If he takes, I think I'm going to just take with a c-pawn. Well, at least black is definitely okay in this variation. Equality and more maybe. Not sure I'm going to make it pay to the most, because I think black should have gotten a nice advantage. But as long as I stay okay on the clock and I have a decent position, I can always win, so looks fine. I don't really want to play f5. Not as long as his light square bishop is on the board, especially because he has knight to g3, and yeah, what's the point then? Maybe I should play c5. Maybe I should really take with a queen here and stop that pre-move. Knight takes, take with a queen. No, I'm not happy with how weak that pawn becomes. And that's an interesting move. What's the point of that? I really can't tell. I mean, I'm going to continue doing what I was doing. Maybe he wants to play c4, then bishop to b4, attacking that pawn that's going to be undefended there, but I think he's too late to do that. It's a bit slow, bishop d2, and it just shows that black has a decent position, right? Our next move, I want to play knight d to f4. So if he plays c4, that just kind of plays into what I want to do anyway. Yeah, he's going to take that. I think I can just take with a pawn, because then I play knight d to f4, I can just push the pawn, and it should be okay. Maybe I should have thought about that capture a bit longer, but no, I think that's right. So I'm thinking knight d5 to knight f4. He wants to open the c file. I mean, knight d to f4 should be fine now, shouldn't it? If he takes with the bishop, then I recover the bishop pair, and at least that should be fine, so let's do that. Queen to f6 maybe next, so I can have some knight takes on h3 ideas. I really like attacks when the knight gets to f4, or if you're playing white, f5. Just the tactical possibilities are really cool. You have to have a knight established on that square though, and obviously it helps if the castling side has played a move like h3, which is useful to give the king some space, but also is a tactical weakness because you can start playing things like knight takes on h3. I'm not even sure if d5 is worth playing. Probably isn't. I think the next move should be queen to f6. Yeah, he's gonna take. I'm just gonna capture back with a knight though. Okay, so I'm still thinking queen to f6. Let's do that. My computer's lagging a bit. That's annoying. It is not the best computer. I have to give it a bad review on Amazon. I felt like I was sold it, and I don't like being sold things that don't work well. Amazon was very, very gracious and gave me a part refund for me to keep it, so I like Amazon as a company, but the people who made this computer and promoted it, not so much. Not worth it. I almost forgot I made some tea. Okay, so he's gonna play in the center, but I can win a pawn now. I can win the h3 pawn now, and it might be worth it. I will lose a pawn in the center because I can't play e4. It does come with check though, so. Ooh, and if he plays that's actually pretty bad for him if he doesn't take the knight. So I want to play this. I want to calculate it quickly. So knight to h3, he can't play king to h1 because he loses. Knight takes on f2. If he takes, I take his knight with the bishop, and he's in trouble because checkmate's coming. Most likely. I think he has some defense, but the position doesn't look great for him. So he has to play king to h2. If he plays king to h2, I can play knight takes on f2 anyway, just creating a bunch of annoying things, and if I lose the pawn on e5, I don't think it really matters, so I'm gonna go for it. Oof, terrible computer lag, what's going on? Okay, check. Thank God we're not playing blitz. I mean, he might have some escape by playing king to h2 and then recovering the pawn in the middle, but his king position just becomes really compromised, so I think black has to be better. Even though I don't know the concrete end to the tactical line, I just get the feeling that this is good for black. He has to play king to h2, it has to be. I guess he could play king to f1. Yeah, I guess that's possible. Or maybe then I can play knight to g5 or something. Maybe then I can take on d4. Because he would have to take with a knight. If he takes with a queen, then I give him some more double pawns, and it's not looking too great for him in an endgame. I mean, the best feature of his position is that his rook is going to have the open e-file, which in an endgame might be very useful. Yeah, he's going to go that way instead. Probably the right choice. Okay. Maybe I should take on d4. He takes with a knight. Then I can just bring my knight back, and that's looking good because I gain a tempo. I gain a tempo on g2. And I'm winning a pawn, right? He takes with a queen. I can take his knight. He takes my queen. I guess I'm gonna have double pawns as well. Takes with a queen. I could take the queen first. He takes with a knight. I can play my knight back to f4. Some tactical possibilities there, I suppose. Then he plays g3. I'm gonna have to go back with a knight, right? I can go back to e6, I suppose, but I'm winning a pawn in that position, right? So it should be okay. I could also take the knight on f3 now with my bishop. He takes, I take, he takes. I think that's probably the best thing. Take with the bishop on f3, right? He has to react. And any way he reacts, I think that position after that is good. So let's give up that bishop. Also, I'm removing an attacker of e5, so if he takes, I can just take back, and that pawn is fine. I don't like that his bishop isn't challenged right now, but my knight is probably going to go back to f4, which is going to be a very strong place for the knight, because he's not going to have a pawn to challenge that outpost square. So it might be a case of good knight versus bad bishop. I will need to put some more pawns on either the right light squares or the right dark squares. Now that I did not foresee. I mean, this looks like kamikaze, to be honest, because I mean, I can play things like queen to h4 now, saying, oh well, I'm gonna checkmate you next move, so do something about it. When he defends, I can play knight to f4. It's just looking really bad for him. I mean, I haven't really calculated that line that deeply, but I feel like I'm gonna go for it straight away. Queen to h4. What are you doing? I don't see. I mean, he's gonna try and play queen to d3. He probably thinks he can checkmate me on h7. But this is just better, isn't it? Let's try that. Now again, this is probably the kind of move you want to calculate a bit deeper if you're not sure, but I'm feeling really good about it. Hopefully it doesn't... yeah, I should have probably calculated a bit longer. It looks great, because the knight is going to f4. I don't really see a defense. That f4 square, again, that's why I said I really like having the knight established on that square. It just gives you such nice play, so many nice to see, easy to see tactics. I mean, maybe one of his best moves is king to e2, just run away, but when your best move is something like that, that runs into checkmate anyway. King to e2, queen takes to f2, king to d3, knight to f4, checkmate. Well, not checkmate, he has to play king to e4. Yeah, king to e4. He might be able to run away, but it's not looking good. Well, now then f5 checkmate. Now that would be a cool checkmate, so Coleman, if you fancy it, please play king to e2. Maybe his best move is like queen to d2 or something. Or, I mean, rook to e2. But then that runs into the tempo move, knight to f4, and he's gonna lose at least an exchange. I want more than that, obviously, because then he has to play king to e1 to not get checkmated. And yeah, I mean, after that I'll have to calculate a bit more. But I will be at least exchange up. My endgame position is already better, yeah. So I'm thinking a simple win, but not quick, would be knight to f4. Maybe there is better if I look carefully, but maybe not. Maybe knight to g5, now then queen to d3. Well, knight to g5 is also saying, look, it's going to be checkmate in one move if you don't do anything, because queen to h1, checkmate, if he doesn't react. And if he does, let's say he moves the rook again, or maybe he has rook to e3 then. So knight to g5, rook to e3. That is annoying. I'm just gonna play knight to f4. Take it from there. Is queen to h1, queen takes on f3 better than simply knight takes? I probably still win the rook, right? Because queen to h1, queen takes on f3, and I mean, white's king is going to be on d2. He can't move the rook, because then I get queen to f2 check. Right? And if he can't move the rook, that means I'll still win the rook, and I've won a pawn. But maybe he can play bishop to e4, but then I just take. He has to take back. I take with a knight, and he takes my rook on a8. I take his rook on c1, and he can probably trap my knight. brings the bishop back to e4. I take on I'll be a whole rook up. Even if he traps my knight, that should be okay. I'm gonna go for that.
Check.
So this is relying on the fact that I think he can't move his rook, so I'm still gonna get it. At which point I'm up 2 pawns on exchange. Hopefully I haven't overlooked something. I saw that. I was thinking, yeah, so I can just take. He takes with the queen, I take, and I'm up in exchange.
Check.
He takes my rook, I can take his rook, so that was the key point in the calculation when I looked at this. Okay, so he doesn't want to take that rook, he wants to keep some pieces on the board. Well, I don't want to give back the exchange, so I'm going to play rook to b8, just protecting from the fact that bishop might want to sneak in. Maybe rook to a7 is better. That's probably better, so I'm going to play this. If he gives me a chance, I'm going to play, well, if I play f5, he has bishop to d5 check. And d5 is a really nice square for his bishop, really nice, but I can get out of it. I can just play g5, put my king up maybe. Okay. So he wants his bishop to be established on c6. I don't see why that would bother me. He can play d5 if he wants. I thought that was a good square for his bishop. So maybe I'll attack that bishop just to see what he does. Just because I don't think his bishop is that, yeah, I thought that was his plan, but I don't think his bishop is well placed here. I mean, an easy win would be just play rook to c1, change the bishop, change on one rook for the bishop and a pawn, and then try and win the rook endgame, where I'll be up 3 pawns. I mean, there probably is an easier way to win though, now. I'm just thinking something like f4, f5, g5. That bishop's kind of out of the game. He plays c4. Doesn't really matter that much, does it? If he plays a4, I can trade. Yeah, I guess it's gonna try and push the pawns on the queen side. Maybe there is an argument for for trading that bishop for a rook plus the pawn. I think I'm gonna play g5 for now. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was close to a misclick. Really? I mean, now I think I'm going to just trade that, because then I can put one of my rooks on c4 maybe and just go for it on the king side. I'm gonna do it. It just looks like a nice and simple win. I don't have to be calculating his counterplay on the queen side all the time. Mistake. Maybe it was more accurate to play f5. Yeah. His king is gonna penetrate now, because I should have played f5. I played a bit too quickly. But I mean, I can just go ahead and win the pawn on f2. If he wants to take d6, it's fine. I mean, I take the pawn on f2, then I take the other pawn, and I should be okay. I'm gonna try that.
Check.
This should be fine. I know my king is not active, but my king is about to become active, so I could also establish my rook on e6. I probably need to take, right? I mean, I'm 3 pawns up. I should be winning no matter what I do. I think I'm gonna just take. And then I can play king to g7, and then he's probably going to play rook to c6. But that should be fine. So, I mean, I could also play after he takes. I could play rook to e2. Check. I guess he'll play king to f6. But I can just play rook to e6 check, and I'm exactly where I want to be, right? Yeah, let's do that. So I'm just gonna play my rook here, I think. I can even play the rook to g6, and I'm defending everything, and my king doesn't even have to participate, so I'm just gonna play king to g7 right now. Yeah, I mean, I see that, but I can play king, rook to rook here, right? What's the point? I mean, I can play g4 now, right? I mean, if he takes an f7, I take. My rook is still defended, and he can't take with a king, can he? So, am I missing a trick? I don't think so. Yeah, so he resigns. He wants another game, but unfortunately, I don't have the time for that right now. So, let's have a quick look at it. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of when white plays d3. I should look at the games in the database a bit more. I prefer it when they castle and I can play bishop e7, and they play rook d1, and I can play b5 then. But I mean, obviously this is fine. I think white has better moves after this, but he didn't play them, I don't think. He stops me from playing bishop g4. So I think this is a bad move here for him, because if I play h6 and he's just gonna go back, then what has he achieved? I mean, he had to spend a tempo on h3, whereas essentially I got h6 for free. And from here on, I think black has an advantage. It's at least equal or better, I think. So I'm gonna see if the computer agrees. Yeah, so the computer thinks that black is better, and it recommends b5 already, and I think I do play b5 at some point. Oh, I play it right here, so that's good. That makes me happy. Play a strong move. I wonder if the computer would follow up with bishop to b7, d5 straight away. Okay. I wonder if bishop to b7 is okay though. I think it is. And I do d5 here, which I think it's even stronger because his queen is now blocked off. And here, I'm not sure if I start playing the strongest moves. I mean, knight takes on d5 is the computer recommended line, but after here I felt like I could have done better. So potentially bishop to d6 might not be good. f6, f5, b4. Yeah, I'm not sure what all those moves are aiming to achieve, so I played something that I thought was logical for me, but yeah, as I said, that gives white equality again. This also gives white equality. So potentially it's a good position for me to look at more carefully and see what exactly is the plan after b4. And yeah, so b4. I guess I'm trying to win that square for the knight. Yeah, that looks good. I move like b4, c4, then knight f4. Interesting. knight b3, knight to e6. Alright, so I'll probably get the d4 square. So the point of b4 was to secure the d4 square, right? Okay, so that's a good position to look at in more detail, but that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.